Jeremy Greer.
And I'm Gary Butterfield.
And this is Days of Future Cast, the podcast that is currently covering Avengers versus X-Men. Gary, the X-Men are finally the villains. We've known this was coming since the very beginning, but they have finally completely broken bad. We had Colossus and Magic literally making a volcano demon prison and throwing Avengers in it to have their souls eaten.
Yeah.
And then they punched each other at the same time and died. And not died, but they punched each other so hard they both lost their Phoenix Force.
God damn it, Jason Aaron.
Just in one panel. That's what we got. Maybe there's a versus that expands that. Like I would actually.
Oh man, yeah, the Magic versus Colossus versus.
Absolutely want to read that. Let me skim this reading list real quick to find out if there's any more of that.
It's going to be more just like random. It's Mockingbird versus Pixie.
Oh Lord, there is a versus 6, so we have hope, but it's also after Avengers, X-Men 11 and 12, so like who the fuck knows?
Who even knows? Yeah, it's gonna be the various teams' lawyers.
More importantly, Cyclops has shown up to the mystical city of Kunlun to re-kidnap Hope, who does not want to go, and we're gonna have a whole issue of Cyclops calmly walking through and just saying the dumbest lines that I've ever seen Cyclops say in a comic book. I got excited when I saw Brubaker had written this, because I like Ed Brubaker, but like some of the dialogue in this is so fucking atrocious, Gary.
It's pretty rough. It doesn't sound very much like Cyclops to me. And that, and I get, some of it is fine, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like him being like, why are you resisting? Like you're putting innocent people at risk. Like he's making the argument, which is what I want him to do.
Yeah.
Here. And then there's a lot of little quips that I think are less good.
Yeah. There's a lot of like stuff on the lines of, here's one from a pro kind of stuff that I just don't think fits the tone right now. Like we just don't need that kind of energy. We don't need that vibe. You know what I'm saying? Cyclops is really failing the vibe check, Gary.
I do like him bad mouthing Iron Fist though.
Well, yeah, that never gets old.
Yeah. And of course this is also because it's an Aviate versus X comic. People are going to make silly comparisons. So he's just like, you're endangering innocent people, by doing this. Haven't you seen what we accomplished? And Iron Fist like, yeah, Mussolini made the trains run on time as well. Which again, that makes sense now because the X-Men are doing Mussolini shit with their demon prisons. They weren't a month ago, or like 3 issues ago. Until
you just like repeatedly got in their face and fucked with them.
Yep.
They were literally just helping out everybody. Like if you had just handed over Hope and let Hope, and I know Hope ran away and there's some other complications in there, but like seriously, if you just hadn't maybe like trespassed on their property, stolen one of their students multiple times, like sent Red Hulk on an assassination mission, like every single thing that the X-Men done has been in response to something that the Avengers have done, except for Namor, flooding Wakanda. But like, that's Namor. I'm not going to defend Namor. I'm sorry, just fuck him. I don't care about Namor. So.
And even that though, so something that's interesting about that, and I hope we get some stuff with it. I fear that they just dropped the thread. The reason why Namor did that is because Emma Frost put it in his ear.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And if the whole point of this crossover is not just to make Cyclops a villain, but to re-villainify Emma Frost, that will be frustrating to me as well, because I don't like villain Emma Frost very much.
I don't either, and I feel like you don't need a cosmic force to do that. Like I feel like she could just get tired of any number of things when it comes to the X-Men's kind of pacifist behavior. And which is something that's been kind of building. Like, this is coming after Schism, where Wolverine and Cyclops had the falling out because of they were using quote unquote child soldiers. They were engaging in war instead of engaging in education. And you could see some of that stuff play out. Like if Emma Frost wakes up and is like, back to the Hellfire Club with me, I'm going to be like, okay, well, I guess I'm going to skip ahead a couple years.
It's not her style to wipe out Wakanda.
Yeah, exactly.
Like to be the puppet master that kills Wakanda. Why? What does she have? What connection does she have with Wakanda? Why would she do, Anyway,
So Iron Fist tells Hope to run, and distracts Cyclops enough to, which is not very long, but gives Hope a head start. Iron Man shows up. He's like going to try to get.
Real quick, Cyclops does make Iron Fist punch himself in the face.
Does he?
Which I like.
Oh wow!
That middle panel.
Yeah,
it's like, you're nothing to me, Rand.
Is that is that an Iron Fist to the face? Like, is that the sacred fist power?
That's what it looks like,
dude.
It's on fire,
dude. That is great. I love that.
Why Iron Fisting yourself? Why are you Iron Fisting yourself? Like, it's good. It's good Cyclops.
Using that aptitude for geometry, those trajectory angles, and all that stuff, just to get him to
the Iron Fist sock himself in the jaw,
punch himself in the face. Absolutely.
Hell yes.
The art on this is like, because Cyclops is like glowing. It also makes him look kind of naked, except for a thong on this page, which I can very much appreciate it.
Yeah. Anywho, so Hope runs. Cyclops goes to try to chase her, and Iron Man comes up and tackles him.
Yep.
Yep.
We jump back over to Russia, where some of the Avengers have gone to grab. I mean, like, they go grab Spider-Man, but we saw him show back up in Kunlun, so whatever. But we also have a steaming Cyclops and Magic wearing just normal outfits.
Or Colossus and Magic.
Yeah, well, I mean, you both have done that several times today.
Yeah. Yeah. And I love this because Captain America's like, "Come on, Professor X, come with us," and he's like, "I can't." And like, how many times are you gonna just like quit and join this specific fight? Like, we never saw you rejoin it after the last time you quit. It's like standing up after you're already standing up. You can't do it. You had to sit down in between.
Maybe these are all just clones, and they're just like, no. It's like a multiple man situation where the guy just shows up and it's like, I don't know what the last guy said, but this is what I'm doing.
Yeah. He basically says, they've fallen under the Dark Phoenix's influences. I need to make sure they don't take mutant kind with them. This is foreshadowing him joining the fight in a real way, since we know he's going to get killed.
We jump to the floating island of Utopia, where we see that Emma Frost has basically mind controlled all of the mutants that are there. I mean, we've got some of our favorites, Sunspot, Cannonball, and some other guys. They're all kneeling and worshiping her. Only, like, she can sense only adoration, except for Cannonball, who is acting it but is not thinking it. And she changes his thoughts, and you can see him like crouching down even further. So she's like actively overriding their minds so that they worship her.
Yeah.
And Magneto shows up and is like, "Hey, this isn't cool. Hey, homie. Hey, friend. Like,
yeah."
Can we not?
We don't do this. And she's like, "I do. I have the power. You've forgotten your place. Don't make me call out your bad things. You killed a bunch of students, died in your watch in Genosha. My students died. You can't judge us."
Yeah.
And basically like holds him in place for a little while until she leaves. Mm-hmm. And he side eyes his helmet. He needs that to protect him.
Do you always leave your helmet under the stairs, Patna? Is that
it is very conveniently located on a freestanding shelf. like a bit of environment. It's like something you'd roll through in a Dark Souls game.
Absolutely, yeah.
It's just there.
Yeah. Look on the back of it. There's gonna be a post-it. It just like prevents telekinetic control, and you're like, "Oh, I need that."
The mind sorcerers of Melfim. Once. Like, it's very silly.
It is very silly. Also, like, I know that you're Magneto and this is like your home base or whatever, but I don't know. I'd just be wearing the helmet. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
If they question me, I'd be like, I'm wearing a condom right now too. Like, just in case. I don't know, man. I'm feeling very nervous in this floating island of Utopia. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. You have that whole kneeling thing where you make all the kids kneel to you.
Yeah, I thought that was weird.
Cool. Yeah. We go back to Cyclops and Iron Man. He's beat up Iron Man. Iron Man just lying down. He's powerless, and he's like, you can't stop, your whole city can't stop me. Iron Man says, "You might be mistaken about that." He says, "I'm practically a god. Kung Fu doesn't worry me now. Don't get in my way."
Meanwhile, Hope has found the Thunderer, who says that it is time for her final lesson. Cyclops is shouting for Hope to come out, and that this is his, he's not here to hurt her. He just wants to talk, all that kind of stuff. And then our wounded Avengers contingent shows up. So this is Thor, and Hawkeye and the Thing. And before they can even do more than like pull the bow back, Cyclops hits him with an optic blast, like surrounded with Phoenix energy. And one of the coolest panels that I've seen in quite some time. I really like this panel. And then in the next panel, Cyclops says, "How's that for clobbering time?" And it's all ruined. It's all ruined, Gary. This is some of the worst dialogue. It's just the corniest fucking shit. Like, did the Phoenix Force turn Cyclops into a dad? Like, what do we?
Yeah, it is a real dad joke moment. I don't like that Cyclops says, "I'm not here to hurt you, Hope." And then Hawkeye yells, "Even you believe that, Summers." And it's like, I don't think he's secretly here to hurt Hope.
Yeah. I don't think so.
That doesn't line up with anything they were trying to do.
Yeah. Like what, is he just there to turn over the Phoenix power to her? Because I thought that was what the Avengers wanted.
He wanted, he wants her around because she is, the savior, or can be the savior of the mutant race. But he doesn't, there's nothing that implies that he wants to kill her.
Or hurt her at any kind of way.
And there's nothing in the Phoenix that would imply it either. It's just like, come on, Hawkeye, you dumbass. As he's making his stupid line, he gets blasted by what? Oh, it's dragon fire. Here comes Hamburger Man and Hope riding a dragon.
Yeah. Xiao Lao, the dragon.
Xiao Lao. The undying source of the power of Kunlun. It does hurt Cyclops, but Cyclops blasts it because it's a young dragon. It's not strong enough yet.
Yeah.
And kills it. No problem.
I have watched 18 episodes of Netflix's Iron Fist, and they keep saying he fought a dragon to get his powers, and they have never showed me the dragon, and I'm beginning to think that they never will.
It's real dumb. Why wouldn't you show them the first season?
Also, I love the fact that he just shoots the dragon down. It's like, oh, there's a dragon. Boop.
Yeah.
Dead.
Which, again, in people not really, I feel like, understanding Cyclops, he walks up, he's like, "You're not going to hurt me again." Hamburger Man kicks him in the back and is like, "You'd hurt a wounded animal? You'd kill a wounded animal? You'd hurt a little girl? Where's your honor?" And it's like, I'm not trying to kill a little girl or hurt a little girl.
I didn't come out here I didn't come out here fucking hunting dragons, man.
Like you can't sick a dragon on me and then once it hurts me, then be like, "Oh, you'd hurt the dragon?"
Yeah, absolutely. 100%.
What are these fucking weird psychology tricks they're trying to do on him? Like, everyone is turned into a tiny little kid in this.
And this Cyclops, as he's recovering from the back kick, says, "Are you really?" Ask Hope, "Are you really siding them over us, over your own people?" And she says, "Yeah, I'm doing that. Like, look at what you've done here. Why would I side with monsters who destroy innocent lives?" And like, I know it's a mystical city.
What lives other than the Avengers?
Yeah.
Like, the only lives they destroyed is Avengers who have attacked them.
And Wakanda. I mean, there's also Wakanda.
And oh yeah, sure.
But Cyclops didn't support that. And I know that there's maybe some context lost in that, but like, what did I do? What am I doing? I'm here for you.
Yeah. I want Cyclops to be like, why are you mad at me?
Or if they're going to do this, like if they're going to like have this, like in the background as Cyclops is searching for Hope, like show some meaningless death, right? Like show him just collapsing buildings, apartment buildings full of people or something, and he not even
orphanages.
Excuse me, killing orphanages. Just make it worse.
Yeah, we have to terraform this desert. Let's destroy the desert orphanage.
Exactly. Yeah.
So Sting will never write another song about it.
maybe you could just make it so that Sting never writes another song while you're at it. I mean, like,
it'd be incredible. I've been on a real Sting tip.
Okay.
Making fun of Sting, me and the guys in the band.
Okay.
And his ridiculous Jamaican accent that he does. And I said this on another podcast, but I'm going to say it again because I think it's very funny. And I keep doing it around my apartment. The part in "Don't Stand So Close to Me." You know that song? It's about a teacher who hits on a young student. It's gross and everything, like Lolita. And there's a part in the song where Sting literally goes, "Do you like that book in Nabokov?" Like, he just cites the book and the author of the book of Lolita.
That is
as a lyric.
That is impressive.
And he says in that dumb reggae voice, "Just like that book by Nabokov." It's very funny to me.
Oh, dude. I really, when you said you've been on a big Sting tip lately, I really thought you were about to tell me you've been listening to a lot of Sting, and I was like,
nonstop.
I need to be away from you. I need to be. I've
been listening to the Summoner's Tales 1 through 10.
We have to
nonstop.
Now I am questioning everything that is happening to me. Why are we doing this?
I have a low grade fever as well.
Yeah.
So as she's, so they keep calling him a monster, and this is where he breaks bad. He's like, if that makes me a monster, then I'll be a monster. He's going to own it. And she breathes dragon fire on him.
Yes.
She can now breathe dragon fire.
She's kind of freaked out about this, as you will. So is Hamburger Man, because Hamburger Man is like, excuse me? That's never happened before.
Yeah.
And Cyclops' response to this, because she immediately runs away, is to say, that's it. Now you've really pissed me off. And this also just does not feel like, it's not as corny as the last line, but it just does not feel like Cyclops at all.
No, you've pissed me off.
Which might, I mean, like they might be going for that, like, oh, this thing is turning him into a different person, but like it's just turning him into a generic like guy, like
villain.
Are you just the second floor raid guy? Like, like what do you?
Yep. And then just nonstop antagonism from the Avengers.
Mm-hmm.
So she runs away. She runs into the rest of the Avengers. She's like, Scott's here. He's very powerful. I can shoot dragon flames at this point. And she runs with Wanda there, and Cyclops sees Wanda.
Yes.
And he's like, she tries to zap him. She used to be able to hurt him with chaos magic, but she can't now because he's stronger. And what Hope does, there's a weird little narration panel, punches Cyclops in the neck. And it says Chaos Fist, first ever usage.
What?
It's the only narration in the book.
Why did we have to name this?
I don't. So I'm going to, people yell at me about this all the time. I don't care. I'm just going to be the person I am. It's extremely anime to have a name for this move.
And
the scene of being like, now Chaos Fist, ultimate attack. Like, it sucks.
Or set this up. Like we had 3 issues, it felt like, of sitting around the scrying pool where you could have introduced the idea of the Chaos Fist being like the upgraded Iron Fist, right? Like you could have built the whatever. I still would have thought it's dumb. Like I feel like Iron Fist, like what I got some fucking Titanite and then upgraded it to Chaos Fist. I got some red chunks and now it's Chaos Fist. But at least it would have been a thing. Here it just seems like you're saying, like you just named the move, and it's just the dumbest shit ever, dude. I just don't care. That's the one thing
I hate it.
I mentioned before we started recording, I mentioned that I started like doing yoga, like really, really beginner stuff. And two of the things that take me out of it is like, it's an Apple product. So they play like Apple, like commercial music basically throughout the whole thing, which is horrible. But you really just tune that out. But also every time they name the thing and they're like, oh, now we're in downward dog and you're going to move up to sitting lotus or whatever. And I'm like, can you just tell me where to put my legs? Like, I know you're doing this for shorthand, but it just sounds really dumb. I'm sorry.
It's very wanky to me. I don't like named moves.
Yeah, exactly.
In a general thing, it's pretty frustrating. Like it's everything. Like the weird thing about kung fu stuff. So I used to go to kung fu theater in town back in the before times, roughly once a month, and it was real fun. Like you'd watch old 70s classic kung fu movies, and they had really good action and really fun, like unpredictable plots. And they very rarely were they as serious as any American white dudes take on kung fu.
Yes, absolutely.
Like when you get one of these authors like this, Ed Brubaker, or the architects of this crossover, and what they wanted to do with kung fu, they want this to be this incredible dramatic moment of like, oh, the Chaos Fist. That sounds so fucking cool. That shit would be silly as hell in the source material. Like, and it would be funny. Like it would be, it would be played for over the top dumbness and kind of laughs. And that is not the tone that this goes for at all. This is all stakes, all seriousness, all melodrama. And then we get this little cutaway of the Chaos Fist.
And it also doesn't help that the art is real dumb too. Like there's
look at the pose on Cyclops where he's being punched in the neck.
Yeah.
Like it's such a silly pose.
She also, I just realized that she's like holding her fist up and going Kia too, like
she does say Kia. Like she does make the old timey racist karate noise. Yeah, I hate it. I just, and there's some people who this kind of like Power Ranger shit where somebody yells out a move and does it. They eat it up. Like there are people who just love it, right? Like I've gotten enough conversations on the Slack about anime where I know that there are people who absolutely love that shit. Get it out of my X-Men. You know,
yeah,
like
keep
there's a whole
keep this in Iron Fist.
Yeah.
Like I don't ever read Iron Fist. Iron Fist never comes over to my house. I never come over to his. Like this is fine.
It's cool. Yeah, we got it. We got an uneasy thing going on.
Mm-hmm.
You know, every once in a while he hangs out with Luke Cage. I like Luke Cage. You know, he's cool with me, but this kind of stuff, I just don't think it's hard to explain. Like, I just don't think it's cool.
Yeah,
it doesn't feel cool to me. It feels dorky.
It feels a little dorky,
you know, and not in an endearing way. Yeah.
Cyclops then proceeds to absolutely disappear. He just like plops from existence, and she's like taken aback. Like, what did I just do? Where did Cyclops go? Cyclops has either teleported himself or got himself teleported to the moon. We see the Watcher there, like watching.
Watcher's like angry Watcher.
This is my moon. You just put a hole in it.
Yeah. God damn it. But he needs more power.
Yep. And he says that he needs Emma, so he realizes he can't take Hope by force anymore. So he's gonna go get powered up. And then the last few pages are just the Avengers all getting back together and kind of catching everybody up on everything.
And Magneto reaching out with his thoughts to Professor X, saying, "Cyclops and Emma are out of control. We need your help." And then we see the cover of the next one, which is Emma versus Cyclops.
Yep.
Okay.
Sure. Yeah. This has been coming for a while. Like we knew all of this was coming. So I'll be interested to see how this plays out. Because I like their relationship a whole lot, and I want to see if they actually use any part of their relationship, or if it's just going to be like,
or they're just like Phoenix ciphers.
Exactly. Yeah.
They're just saying one-liners to each other.
Exactly.
Time to take out the trash. Oh yeah, dear. Time to clean house. And then they just zap each other.
I bet you wish you'd put the toilet seat down now, huh, Scott?
Get rid of the his and her towels. Did you see is going around that tweet where it's like, once before class, my friend said, "Time to clean house." Walked in the class his brother was in and kicked him in the nuts. I keep thinking it's so funny to me.
It's good stuff.
Time to clean house. So good to me.
I love it. If you like this podcast, go to patreon.com/Duckfeed.tv, donate some dollars to the network. There's a bunch of podcasts on it. You will like every single one of them if you try them. And if you don't, you're a bad person and nobody should like you. That's just how that works.
Yeah. You don't want to be like Cyclops.
While we're talking about compliments, you can also leave ratings and reviews for the podcast on various podcasting services and tell your friends about it. All of those things will make you a good person, and you want to be a good person, right?
5-star. Live that 5-star lifestyle.
Live it, breathe it. We'll be back in a couple of days with Wolverine and the X-Men number 15.